We've gone 29 games unbeaten in all competitions so far this season. But are we about to hit the buffers, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch? We're in the transfer window and lots of heads are being turned. Hello and welcome to episode 62 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, it's a bit of a sort of cup episode really. We have the FA Cup third round against Oldham Athletic, who are in the Vanarama National League. We play them at the London Stadium. And then we have a Carabao Cup Semi-Final first leg at home to Manchester City. We must win it. If we don't win it, then, we have beaten them at the Etihad on occasions, but it's not the easiest job in the world to go to the Etihad and actually manage to get a result there. So that's something we need to give ourselves a little bit of a break on. As mentioned in the preamble, we have gone 29 games unbeaten. You will see on the thing here, we've hit the buffers. A 0-0 draw against Norwich, who were at the time on the bottom of the table. It's a classic. Football manager especially, where you think you're going to get a huge result against the bottom side and don't manage it. So it's one of those. That's where Football Manager is quite true to real life. The other thing, of course, is the transfer window, and we are having lots of offers for our best players, which is getting really frustrating, really annoying. We're turning them down at the moment, but there's only so much before these players start to get a bit sort of annoyed that they're not getting to where they want to go. Jean-Claire Todibo being one example. 3 offers we've had for him. None of them so far, and this is the big problem, none of them so far have hit the 77 minimum release clause. The first bid that we came in, I think, was for this one here at the top here, or Halial, and it's all the Saudi Arabian sides that are coming in for him. 62 million. Turned them down, and Jean-Claude Todibo went, "What have you done that for?" And of course, we had to turn around to him and say, "Well, you've got a release clause. You know, you can't go. We agree a release clause where somebody's got to stump up the money for the release clause." So far, nobody's getting it anywhere near it. They're making lower offers, add-ons, bringing it up, but the 77 million needs to be the starting point to even get us to consider it, and then look for replacements. The other players that have been shamoozed, Liverpool desperately after James Ward-Prowse. They are all prepared to pay 51 million for him, which is probably about what his value actually. And Gerard Bowen, they're interested in paying 67 million for him. We've rejected them so far, and as I said, not had too much kickback. Newcastle have bid in for Tammy Abraham, and Brent Kerr, our breakthrough youngster up front. Crew want to borrow him on loan. He's going to break through this season. Is no way he is going out on loan. So as I say, at the moment we've rejected, and we've been managed to hold everybody off. But how long that could go on for is another matter altogether. So we'll keep a focus on that throughout today's episode. And don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the series so far. And you can also follow the channel on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Right, let's have a look and see what's been going on then. As I said, since you were last with us, we played that one game against Norwich. It was a bore draw. Nothing really much to report about it. As you will see, we should have won this one comprehensively. 14 shots, 5 on target, 1.59 on the old XG, 49% of the possession. George Long in the Norwich goalkeeper pretty much saved the day for Norwich. And you can see the frustration. Parisi, Shalaga. We'll come to Holmond in a minute. And Brent Kerr all getting booked in that game. They had 3 shots, just the one on target, 0.07 and 51% of the possession. So nothing really much to tell you there. It was pretty boring, but we have managed to stay top of the table. And the reason we have managed to stay top of the table is by virtue of the fact that the team immediately behind us, Arsenal, only managed to draw against Southampton, a 1-1 draw. So we're okay there. Manchester United did beat Newcastle by 3-2, which means they closed the gap very slightly. But there's a 9-point gap between Arsenal and Manchester United. A 10-point gap to Chelsea in 4th. And then Manchester City a little bit lower than that. They're another, so they're 14 points adrift of us. And then come Tottenham, Aston Villa and Newcastle. So unless we blow up completely, we should be all right at the top there. And you'll see the other results. Liverpool beating Sunderland 3-1. Aston Villa finding a bit of form again. They're 3-1 winners against Leicester. So that was the round of results. Manchester City and Erling Haaland getting 2 goals there against Bournemouth near the bottom. So the table looks like this. West Ham, we are top. 9 points clear, as I say, of Arsenal and Manchester United. Then Chelsea, Manchester City, and down the bottom, Southampton, Norwich, and Tottenham. Norwich moving off the bottom by virtue of that draw against us. So it's all very tight at the bottom. It's Bournemouth, Luton, Sunderland, Southampton, Norwich, and Nottingham Forest at the minute, fighting it out down the bottom there as we go past the halfway stage of the season. Right, let's get on with it. Let's have a look. We have Oldham Athletic up first in the FA Cup 3rd round. Will we get a 4th round draw? We will find out. We've never played them, I don't think, in this series so far. They are coming to the London Stadium. They are without, or could be without, Magnus Norman. He's doubtful with torn back muscles. And Westendorf is out with a hip injury. We are missing Emerson, who's out with a torn calf. Shalaga is out with a damaged heel. And Tammy Abraham is doubtful with a thigh strain. I don't think he'll be back today as it stands. So that's the team. Let's go and have a look then at the teams that will face one another, or the team that will face Oldham, should I say, in this FA Cup 3rd round. And here is the team that faces Oldham Athletic in this FA Cup 3rd round. I'm just going to check Trubin in a minute. He is okay as a sweeper keeper. Trubin in goal then as our cup goalkeeper. He's not set the world alight in as much as given me any ideas that I want to put him in place of Ilan Mazulia at the moment. Mazulia still in fine form in the league. Trubin in goal then. It's Friedel, Todibo, Upamecano and Gomez, our backline. Kahera, Agray and Vitic in midfield. Samadic is sat behind Kudos, who's back from his international duty, and Ollie Watkins up front. And then the bench looks like this. Mazulia, Zuma, Parisi, Soufal, Holmond, which we'll come back to in just a moment. Ward-Prowse, Brent Kerr, Raul de Thomas and Gerard Bowen all on the bench. We have, of course, Paqueta has left us and we've replaced him with Morten Helmond. I think we did point to him previously. He's 26-year-old Danish player. 140,000 a week until 2030. Can play as a defensive midfielder, can play as a normal midfielder, whichever is not particularly good in the other positions. But that it was a straight replacement for Paqueta. And when you actually do a comparison with Paqueta, he actually stacks up better than Paqueta. So he's an improvement theoretically on Paqueta. So that's what we aim to do. If anybody does go out, it's replace them and replace them with somebody better. And if we can do it at less money and make a profit over the two as somebody that's growing, possibly, that is what we're about. That's the team then that faces Oldham Athletic. And here we are at the London Stadium. Won 4 of our last 5, drawn the other one, of course, playing our usual formation. Oldham Athletic from the Vanarama National League, playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. Big day out for Oldham. And Watkins gets the game underway to Kudos. Highlight from kickoff. Kahera tries to get that through to Kudos, but didn't do it. And Oldham have the ball all the way back to goalkeeper. That one punted forward. Upper Meccano under that. Friedel out on this right-hand side. Todibo. Gray finds Vitic. Vitic throws it through to Watkins. Watkins wide of the post. Good build-up play, but not hitting the target. Hopefully that's not a bad omen. Inside the first minute. In the fourth minute. 3 minutes already on the clock. Headed down. Tried to head it to Kudos. Kudos couldn't quite get there. Kudos, who had a good international time away. Gomez on that right-hand side. Gomez has crossed this one deep, looking for Kudos. Kudos not quite getting his head to it. Gray tidies up, though. Kahera trying to create a bit of space. Gone out wide to Gomez. Gomez cuts inside. Gomez is tackled. Friedel and Oldham making a good fist of their defensive work. Friedel crosses this in. Watkins. And Ollie Watkins gets up above the defence. 7th goal of the season, and on 5 minutes, we have a lead. And Oldham won't be too happy about that. But Friedel getting that cross in. Watkins getting up. Unopposed. Samadic with a free kick now. Nearly 12 minutes on the clock, and it's headed in, but held by the goalkeeper. The highlight is going to continue. And the goalkeeper launches it long again, but gives the ball away. That's the problem. Todibo, Gray to Vitic. Vitic comes forward. Vitic. And he ran out of steam there, lost the ball. But that ball punted forward, and it's just aimlessly punted forward. Friedel tidying up. Todibo finds Kahera. Kahera looking for Vitic. Vitic heads it into Watkins. Watkins gets his 2nd of the game. 8th of the season. And on 13 minutes, we go 2 up. Good build-up play. Kahera out to Vitic. Vitic getting ahead to it. Puts it into the path of Watkins. Watkins brings it under control and hits it on a half volley. They have a free kick now. Kitchen goes straight for goal. And Trubin spills it. And Ephraim puts it in the back of the net. And that's why Trubin isn't our number 1 goalkeeper. He's, how can I best describe him? A waste of space. Come back off the post, actually. Trubin completely missed it, and Ephraim first to it. Kitchen with a throw, a defensive throw. Vitic is there, though. Heads it down. He's picked up a yellow card as well. Samadic! All off the woodwork. Kudos. Friedel back into the area. Nobody there to get on the end of it. Todibo. Ball back to the goalkeeper, who launches one long again. Samadic tidying up in midfield. He's got Kudos there. Kudos out wide. He has support. But he's crossed this in. Looking for Watkins, I think it was. Looking for his hat-trick. Watkins just couldn't get underneath it. They have another free kick. And we know what happened last time. Kitchen over this one. And Trubin nowhere near it. Mark Kitchen, 3rd goal of the season. And we are level with Oldham. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Samadic with a free kick. He goes direct, and the goalkeeper saves it. It's gone out for a corner. Samadic will take the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Swings this one in. It's headed clear, though. Kudos. Samadic. And it's bouncing around there. It got a deflection. I don't know if that was... I think it was Vitic that had the shot. Upper Meccano will tidy up. Samadic, and it was headed clear. Never got to its intended target, whoever that was at this front post here. Todibo. Kudos back in. Samadic. And Vitic, it was defended well again. Raglan. That one forward. Gray heads it down to Gomez. Gomez comes across field. Todibo. Friedel. 2-2. Not the result we were expecting. Kudos crossed it into the area. Watkins gets his hat-trick. 9th goal of the season. Puts us back in front and hopefully back in front for half-time. Gives us a chance to have a bit of a word at half-time. But, I mean, I have to say, I think Trubin has been instrumental in the 2 goals. Oh, just squeeze that in, Watkins. Corner, Samadic with an in-swinger this time. Todibo at the near post. Didn't get again. Todibo back out to Samadic. Samadic. Kudos! Oh, 2nd goal of the season and a 2-goal lead at half-time. I wasn't really expecting that, but we've turned the gas up. Todibo coming out for it. Samadic saw Kudos in space. Kudos hit it first time. Did take a deflection. But it's all counting. Half-time has arrived. And by golly, what a half that was. A 2-goal lead after 13 minutes. And after half an hour, it's pulled back. Ephraim from a deflection off of the woodwork from a free kick. Ephraim responding to it quickest. Getting one back 3 minutes after what Ollie Watkins had got his second. And then Mark Kitchen from a free kick into the top corner. Trubin nowhere near it. And I say Trubin, I think, has been instrumental in both those goals, which underlines the fact that he's not going to get anywhere near the first team in the immediate future anyway. Ephraim then scoring and Kitchen scoring. Watkins getting us back on terms 10 minutes later. With his 3rd of the game. Kudos supplying that one, and it was Kudos that got our 4th on 45 minutes. Samadic laying it up for him after a corner was defended by Oldham. 19 shots, 11 on target. We should be way ahead at the moment. 2.99, 66% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target. Scored both of them. 0.93, 34% of the possession. Let's go and have a word with the boys and tell them how upset I am. Oldham made 1 change at half time. And our first highlight, 50 minutes in, Friedel, Vitic out to Gomez. Gomez comes into the area. Gomez is going to go on his own, but flashes it over the top. Nice build-up play. Very quick out to Gomez. Gomez got into the area and really should have probably passed that. And with 61 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Joe Gomez is off. He's tiring. And we've also taken off Thilo Carrera and replaced him. Coming on then, Kurt Zuma in place of Gomez. Morten Helmond comes on in place of Thilo Carrera. A short corner, Samadic to Kudos. Kudos creating the space, crosses it deep. Goalkeeper punches. Friedel, Helmond, Gray, Zuma, who's come on in place of Gomez, of course. Gray, Helmond finds Samadic. Todibo out to Friedel. Moving this ball around nicely. Changed attack. Cross it in. Oh, it's come out of the woodwork. And Mohamed Kudos gets his second. Question whether he was offside. Would be his 3rd goal of the season. But VAR will have a look at it. And it is a goal. His 3rd goal of the season. And we go 5-2 up. We'll see it again. Friedel right to the byline. Cross it in. Oh. It was Watkins who couldn't get there. We'll just take that back very slightly. I'll try that again because I was pressing the wrong thing and the Thingy wasn't lined up. Crosses it in here. This is Watkins. Watkins trying to get to it, but he's behind him, of course. He does actually get a header. Goalkeeper spills it, and it's a fight then between Watkins and Kudos to put it in the back of the net. And with 68 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes, we have taken off Dayot Upamecano. Vitic moving into that defensive line. Ward-Prowse comes on in midfield in place of Upamecano. And Ollie Watkins, who has got a hat-trick and a 10 rating for the day, has been replaced by Raul de Thomas. Throwing on that far side. It's Friedel with a longish throw. Vitic heads it on, and it's Archie Gray getting his first ever goal for us, I think. And we go 6-2 up. Vitic, Todibo, it took a deflection, and Gray headed it in at the near post. Well, the 2-2 seems a long time ago now. Ward-Prowse out to Zuma on this wing. Are we going to add to the scoreline? Zuma into the area, but it's defended. Back out to Zuma. Zuma finds Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse crosses it in. Samadic trying to create a bit of space. Samadic puts away his 9th of the season. 7-2 now. And Oldham are being rolled big time. And it's a bit of a shame because they did so well in that first half an hour. And just can't keep the goals out now. And with 80 minutes on the clock, our final change is made. Marco Friedel, who's had a good game, he's come off and he's been replaced by Parisi. They have a free kick just inside our half, back into their half. Sharon, they've picked up lots of yellow cards. We'll get a fine for it, no doubt. Gray tidies up, back to Trubin, who hasn't had a lot to do in the second half. Maybe that's a good thing. Vitic to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse to Raul de Thomas. Raul de Thomas comes forward. What's he going to do? He's got support from Zuma. Zuma cuts inside. Back tries to get it back to Raul Thomas. Didn't get it there, but has a second bite of the cherry. Zuma crosses it in dangerously, but it's back out of Vitic. Gray. Zuma. Zuma crosses it in. Raul de Thomas. Question whether he was offside or not. I don't think he was. His first goal of the season, if it stands, it was offside. Shows you what I know. Oh, yeah. Ball played in. Raul de Thomas in an offside position. Ward-Prowse with a corner. Swings it in. It's headed clear. Zuma's there to tidy up. Zuma chips it back in, looking for Kudos, who's on a hat-trick now, of course. Vitic. He's got Gray in support. Gray goes all the way back to Trubin, who's out of his area. Finds Helmut. Samadic out to Parisi. Parisi cutting inside. Parisi into the area. Kudos gets his hat-trick. 4th goal of the season. And it's 8-2 now. And both Watkins and Kudos getting hat-tricks in this game. Into the area. Defender should have defended that. Ward-Prowse with a free kick. 89 minutes on the clock. Kudos. Back to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse now comes forward. Into the area. Ward-Prowse is tackled. Still has control of the ball. It's got Zuma there in support. Zuma into the area. Samadic. Gray. Hamad. Kudos! He's got a 4th. Question of whether he was offside. No, he isn't. He's onside this time. And it's 9-2. And Oldham will go away licking their wounds. Oh, no, he's well onside. What was going on there? Well, it's all over. And the draw for the 4th round coming up. 9-2. 4-2 at half-time. We added 5 in that second half after it looked at one point, half an hour in, 2-2. This is going to be an interesting game. We basically just changed it up a little bit, said to the guys, go for it. You got nothing to lose. And that is exactly what they did. 31 shots. We had 21 of which were on target. 6.58. 72% of the possession. They have 5 shots. 4 on target. 1.25. And 28% of the possession. Trubin had a better second half. But wasn't convincing in that first half. Anyway, Ollie Watkins gets player of the match in front of Mohamed Kudus. And I question that, to be fair. Because when you look at the stats, I think Kudus probably was the better player. 2 key chances, 2 clear-cut chances created, 4 goals, 1 assist. Watkins had 1 key pass, 3 goals and 1 assist. Yeah, my money would have been with Kudus, to be fair. But anyway, they both got a 10 out of today's game. Samadic also a 9.1. Very good day for him. Parisi having a great game. He came on, obviously, only for 9 minutes and got an 8.4. So that just shows you. Vitic having a good game as well. A number of players playing excellently today, including Helmond, our new recruit, on a 7.5. So, 4th round draw it is then. We'll go and wait for that. Well, ahead of the draw for the 4th round, I thought to give you a quick roundup on games that have been played today. Liverpool beating Rochdale by 2-0. Wimbledon and Tottenham will go at it again. 0-0 draw there. Blackburn beating Crystal Palace by 3-2. Aston Villa beating Bolton 3-0. Southampton losing to Coventry 2-1. Leeds beating Dorking only by a single goal, and they left it until the 86th minute for Suarez to win that one. That was a tight match. Fulham beating Chelsea. Chelsea out in the 3rd round. Fulham currently of the Championship. 1-0 win. De Cordova Reed the scorer there after 5 minutes, and they managed to hang on. Leicester beating Carlisle by 2-1. Squeaky bum time there because penalty on the 85th minute left Leicester wishing that they'd scored more. Luton Town 3, Wolves 2. Manchester City doing a job on Peterborough 6-0. Newcastle 1, Everton 0. Manchester United beating Nottingham Forest by 1-0. Arsenal again squeaky bum time. Rathbone getting a second, his second after 67. Rotherham's second. Which give Arsenal a little bit of worry. They had a 3-1 lead at half-time, but that became a little bit less of a lead, but they managed to scrape through. Sheffield United and Brentford will have to play again to try and get through this one. Swindon Town 1, Sunderland 0. Bournemouth beating Wigan by 2-0, and Norwich and Ipswich will slug it out again for the right to play in the 4th round. Of course, we beat Oldham Athletic by 9-2. Even for us, after 31 minutes, we were a little bit concerned of what was going to happen next. Still some games to play on. In fact, are they Emirates FA Cup? Yeah, they're 3rd round replays. I thought there were some more matches to be played. Boatload been played on the Saturday. We're not going to go through those scores. Right, we'll come back for the draw for the 3rd round, then 4th round. Tell a lie. Next. And so we've arrived at the 4th round draw. Let's go and do the said draw. And 16 matches to be played. 32 teams, technically a little bit more than 32 because there are some replays to be played. Barnsley, Oxford, Brentford, Sheffield United, Norwich, Ipswich, Tottenham, Wimbledon and Watford and Swansea all have to play again a round of games. But the draw they are in. Let's get underway. Patrick Vieira is the ceremony host. Luton Town are first out. They will be at home to Bournemouth in the 4th round. 2 Premier League sides. Sheffield United or Brentford will play Burnley. Burnley away. Wimbledon or Tottenham will play Manchester City. So Wimbledon have another tough game on their hands. Leeds managing to scrape through. will play Derby. Portsmouth will play Bristol City. Trip to Portsmouth for Bristol City there. Swindon Town are at home to Brighton. Leicester City are at home to Watford or Arsenal. Exeter City, they will play Blackburn. Either end of the country. We are out. We are at home. So we are at home against Newcastle. West Ham versus Newcastle. Birmingham will play Coventry, and all Midlands derby there. Arsenal are at home to Preston North End. Fleetwood will play Fulham. Fulham victors, of course, over Chelsea. Easier tie this time round, theoretically. Or a banana skin, whichever way you look at it. Manchester United will be playing at Old Trafford against West Bromwich Albion. Sheffield Wednesday will play Liverpool. Mighty match, that one. Barnsley or Oxford United will play Hull City. And the final match out is going to be Norwich or Ipswich Town playing Aston Villa. That is the draw for the fourth round then. And we will be at home to Newcastle in the fourth round. Let's have a look and see how that fits with the schedule. And here we are. The schedule is starting to form itself. Next episode will be Manchester City in the... tell a lie. The next episode will be Liverpool in the Premier League and Manchester City in the second leg of the Carabao Cup Semi-Final. Then we'll give Manchester City a bit of a miss for one game, albeit it is at home. Then we will come back for Sparta Prague and Newcastle, and then it will finish up with Celtic and Aston Villa. They are the episodes coming up. That will take us down to the end of the transfer window as well. See if we've made any changes in the meantime, and see how this lines up. Champions League phase coming to an end. Of course, we almost certainly will be in the next round, one way or another, because we've guaranteed a playoff place already. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with the game in hand. It is Manchester City in the Carabao Cup Semi-Final, first leg. On the other side of the draw, it's Liverpool and Tottenham, who I think also playing in the FA Cup, were they not? Fourth round draw, Tottenham. No, sorry, they're playing Manchester City. Liverpool are playing Sheffield Wednesday. Completely messed that up, Mark. Right, so let's have a look. Since we started the series, we have played them 7 times to date. They have won 3, drawn 2, lost 2, 13 goals for, 12 against. So the balance is with them. Having said that, we have beaten them in the last 2 meetings. A 4-0 win at the London Stadium in the FA Cup 5th round last season. And then we've already beaten them this season at the Etihad Stadium. 2-0 early days in the Premier League. Have we truly turned the corner, or is this one going to be a bit of a banana skin and slip up, especially where we didn't expect it to be a banana skin? That is the question, and that is what we have got to find out. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Manchester City in the Carabao Cup Semi-Final, first leg, and an opportunity to play in the final at Wembley against either Liverpool or Tottenham. And here is the team that faces Manchester City in this Carabao Cup Semi-Final, first leg. And we need to get a result if we can. Mazulia is back in goal. Trubin didn't do it for me. And I think we might need to look for another goalkeeper. Parisi, Upamecano, Gomez and Wagnerman are our back line today. Carrera, Holman, making a start, and Souček in midfield. Ward-Prowse is sat behind Bowen and Watkins up front. And then on the bench we have Trubin, Zuma, Todibo, Soufal, Vitic, Friedel, Samadic. Abraham back from injury, but he's on the bench. He can play up to 60 minutes apparently, but we'll see. We may introduce him later in the game. And Brent Kerr. And London Stadium again for this one. The Carabao Cup Semi-Final first leg. Playing our usual formation. Guardiola is still the manager. They're playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. Pep's looking well. Corner for Manchester City. It's Upamecano heading it clear. Wagnerman getting ahead to it as well. But Foden is marauding forward. What's he doing? And it's gone out for a corner. Save, I think, by Mazulia, which is why we have him in goal. We'll see it from behind before the corner. It was Mazulia getting a hand to it. And Bernardo in again. It's come off the woodwork this time, I think. 20 minutes on the clock. Ward-Prowse with a corner. It's swung deep. Oh, it's come back. I'm not sure what's saved there. Oh, chipped over the top by Wagnerman. Corner on the other side now. 22 minutes on the clock. Bowen with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Again, it's deep. Gomez. Oh, and a second time Gomez. It's all corners. Bernardo. Duku. Back to Bernardo. Bernardo chips it cross deep for Aki. And Helmond defending well. It's chipped in though. Oh! Oh! And I think he was offside. Excuse me. And Bernardo rattles it against the post. Foden puts it away, but there was an offside in the build-up. Cancelo with that ball, but Souček cutting it out in midfield. Manchester City had the opening of the game, but we've grown into this game. Mazulia, Upamecano. Kerr through to Watkins. Watkins puts it wide. Question whether he was offside or not. Kahera, nice through ball. I don't think he was onside. Just missed the target. Cancelo with a throw in to Rodrigo. Always knew this was going to be a tight match. And Souček, and the indecision by Oliveira is pounced on. And a defending tackle there from one of these players has won the ball back. And Manchester City build again. Bernardo, Cancelo. Aki. Bernardo. Mateus. Cancelo needs to cut him out. And he's gone in. He's got a deflection. And Manchester City take the lead right on half-time. Oh, dear. And it wasn't Mazulia's fault. Mazulia was going the right way. It took a vicious deflection. Mateus, Cancelo. Cancelo pushed it through to Bernardo. And it was deflected in by Upamecano. Put a boot out. And half-time has arrived. It was fairly even up until that point. Bernardo de Silva gets the thingy for the goal, but actually Upamecano, it was an own goal. 6 shots, 4 on target, 0.84 and 69% of the possession. We've had 5 shots, 3 on target, 31% of the possession. We need to be getting back into it in the second half. They have a free kick, 53 minutes on the clock. It's cleared. And Upamecano tidying up. Gomez. Upamecano. Wagnerman. Need to get on terms fairly soon. Souček. Souček finds Kahera. Kahera now comes forward. He's got Parisi outside him. Parisi. Can he get this ball into the box? Can we put it away? Kahera. Kahera. Looking for an angle. Halmond. Halmond! And it's gone out. And with 55 minutes on the clock, making two changes, Ollie Watkins, who had such a good game last time out, he's been replaced by Tammy Abraham. Can Tammy do something? And we've also taken off Thilo Carrera and replaced him with Samadic. Ward-Prowse dropping back into the midfield line. Can we go and get something? Let's hope so. Helmond heading that forward to Samadic, who's just come on. All given away there. Souček tracking back. Upamecano out to Parisi. Parisi looking for Bowen. Bowen cross it, looking for Abraham. Oh, just over the top. He's only just come on, but already. Upamecano with a free kick to Parisi. Parisi comes forward. Parisi. Upamecano. Souček. Souček forward, looking for Bowen, but Bowen not getting there. De Bruyne goes out wide to Nico. De Bruyne. I'm not sure if De Bruyne has just come on. We'll check that in a minute. 70 minutes on the clock. Helmond. Wagnerman. Ward-Prowse. Abraham. Abraham finds Bowen. Bowen. What's he going to do? He's cut it back for Parisi. Parisi now. We're going to try and create something here. Cross it in. Abraham! Oh, it's come back off the woodwork. And question of whether there's a penalty. And we may get back on terms by virtue of a penalty. I'm not seeing these refused yet. And today isn't any different. Rodri gets a yellow card. Samadic. Ah, he's missed. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, in fact, no, it wasn't. Kovar saved it. A corner will ensue. Samadic. Samadic crosses it deep, but it's headed clear. Bowen has a recycle. Bowen! Oh, he's gone in. Gerard Bowen, his 10th goal of the season, gets us level on 74 minutes. I didn't think that was going in then for a minute, but Bowen decided to do it all on his own. It's ball out to Bowen. Bowen had one thing on his mind, to get us level, in off the post, along the line, off the other post, and in the back of the net. And with 74 minutes on the clock, we are going to make a couple more changes. Gerard Bowen, who got that goal, he's come off. Brent Kerr comes on to replace him. Thomas Souček has come off and has been replaced by Marco Friedel in midfield. And they are changes. We have one change left. And with 83 minutes on the clock, I'm making our final change. And that change is that Vitic has come on in place of James Ward-Prowse in the middle of that midfield three. Number of players tired, but we can't change all of them. They have a corner. De Bruyne with a corner. It's a short one. It's fired. It's gone back out to De Bruyne. It's not cleared. Grealish, he was thinking of having a go. Grealish again out to... it's come back off the woodwork. Gomez breaks loose. Can we get a second now? Tammy Abraham is out wide here. Tammy Abraham has support from Wagnerman. Back to Tammy Abraham. No is the answer. Nico is cut out. Parisi. Parisi finds Upamecano. Upamecano finds Gomez. Gomez to Halmond. Halmond now gets this through. Tammy Abraham. Wagnerman. Wagnerman. What's he going to do? Can he cross this ball in? He's cut back for Halmond. Halmond creates space. He's got Friedel there, but nobody going to take a shot. Vitic. Gomez. Gomez to Wagnerman. Wagnerman cuts it into the area. Tammy Abraham. It's gone for a corner. Six minutes of injury time. We're in the first minute of the sixth. It's going to be a short corner. Samadic. Which is probably wise because they've been cutting these out. Samadic to Abraham. Finds Wagnerman back to Oh, don't know who it was, but Wagnerman, Helmand, Upper Meccano, Kerr not getting through to Kerr. Well, Walker's there, and Kerr brings down Walker, and it's a free kick. Vitic, Gomez out to Wagnerman into the area. Tammy Abraham tries to turn it in. Parisi with a throw-in on that far side. Friedel over the top. Samadic, is he going to get there? No. Koval gets there before him. Koval launches one. Wagnerman heads it back into midfield. Samadic is there. Samadic! And it's a corner. Kovar pushing it over. Kovar's had a fantastic game in goal for Manchester City. Saved their bacon. We're now into the 4th minute of the 6 added. Samadic this time is going to be an outswinger. Can we sneak a win here? Swung into the area, but it's headed clear. Samadic will get it. Samadic to Friedel. Friedel finds Gomez. Gomez out of Wagnerman. It's on again. But Oliveira clears. And it is all over here at the London Stadium. It's a 1-1 draw, and we've saved ourselves. Samadic missing a penalty, but Gerard Bowen putting it away a minute later from the ongoing whatever. We had 13 shots, 8 of which were on target. We were on top, 2.60, but only 32% of the possession. They had 11 shots, 5 on target, 1.31, and 68% of the possession. Whether that's enough, we need to go and get a win, basically, at the Etihad. We've done it already this season. Will we be able to do it a second time? That's the big question. Well, just to finish up, it's level in the other game as well. Liverpool 1, Tottenham 1. And it's all square. McAllister giving Liverpool lead inside the first minute. And then Min-Son equalising for Tottenham after 13. But they couldn't find a way through to Silva. Bernardo Silva in 45 minutes giving Manchester the lead at half-time. But Jarrah Bowen after 74 equalising for us. It's all to play for, and we'll find out how it all outcomes in the next game. 31 games unbeaten in all competitions. Can we keep that going? It's going to be a tall order. We're coming back for Liverpool and Manchester City in the next episode. Join me for that one, if you will. Well, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series from the bottom to the top, which of course is coming to its culmination in as much as we are now. This is coming to our culmination. That, of course, is we're starting a new season in bottom to the top. So that's all going on there. New episodes of Irons in the Fire released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 63. It's out on Thursday. Until then, have yourselves a great week. Bye-bye.